All right, guys. Or Dustin, how are you feeling right now? So close to the end and then falling short.
Yo, I feel amazing. Like, this is like a hard game. It's only my second Survivor game, and I came in guns blazing. And that's how I finished. Yeah, no, it sucks being like snuffed right before, but I kind of predicted it coming, and I told Ellie she should vote me out because I feel like that would give her the best chance to win.
All right. I can't say too much because the season is not over, although it's almost over. But I can say I'm upset to see you go home tonight. I was very much a fan of you throughout the season. I did really enjoy you. I thought you were smart, and I thought that you were so funny without trying half the time. I really enjoyed having you play, and pretty soon I'll let production say their opinions as well, because I know that a lot of people were rooting for you. So how was this game for you?
Really? I thought I was like so hated.
No, I think
I felt so hated.
I think some members on production are back and forth with you, but I think some people really like you. So they'll talk.
Okay.
Dejan went off me. I think Dejan's a fan. What was this game like for you? Because this game's different than a lot of other games. So what was this experience like for you?
It was stressful, but it was fun. Everyone in the cast was super active. So from the games I had played, they just weren't as active. And I beat my first Survivor Games placement, and it took a lot to do that. I had to backstab some friends, but right when I felt like they were gonna turn on me, it ended up happening, and I got out of that situation. There's a lot of times where I felt like I screwed myself in the game, and I was able to get myself out of there. And I felt like for the most part of the game, I felt like I wasn't really touchable because I was in the middle of both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Javen was obviously my number one in Flamas, but in Glacies I had Ellie, and I was able to leverage on both sides who would go home and stuff, which was nice. I knew where all Javen's powers were, so I wasn't really worried. But I also protected him, and while I was with him, I protected him by hyping up his powers, saying there were more. I was constantly in Ellie's ear, even though she was my number one. We did not vote together. Mm-hmm. We were on opposite sides, but when it came down to it, I was obviously going to stick with her because she's my friend.
All right, really quick, talk to me a little bit about the Javen relationship, because you guys were working together for a majority of the game. You guys did appear to be friends. I thought you guys seemed to get along on the Discord, but then now there seems to be some tension there. Are you and Javen friends, or were you guys friends? Talk to me about that decision to go against.
We became more friends coming into this game, but I started to question him when he kept wanting to get Ellie out. It made sense why he would want to get Ellie out, but it wasn't the best for my game. And people like Corey and Alex and other people were targeting him in that phase of the game. He was only focused on Ellie, and that's where I was I can't do that. There's still other people targeting you. Let's get them out first. Then if he was to do that, I would have probably voted Ellie in that moment. So because I was thinking, I thought for a moment that Lucas, Dom, and Javen were all solid with me, but they weren't. So I made the right choice. But yeah, it definitely sucks just missing it.
Who are some people from this game that either you knew coming in or you met that you really connect with? And then are there any people that you think you just don't like?
I don't like Lucas, obviously. I was very blunt, very vocal about that. I felt like a lot of people worshipped his gameplay, and I did not find it that good. He remained safe because of his idol, and it was pretty obvious he had the idol, but he kept swearing on his life and stuff. And then when I checked his bags, he had it, which was kind of predictable. But he kept talking about how he wanted to build trust with me and all this stuff, but then kept lying and swearing on his life. And I just I'm not dumb. It's pretty easy to pick up on, and I bag checked him. So. But other than that, I pretty much liked everyone.
I can't say who said this, but I'm just realizing that when I was doing the tribal council, someone attached a message with their vote and I didn't see it, so I didn't write it down, but the message says, "My partner in crime forever and always." I did not see that during the, I would have wrote that, but that was from one of the players.
That's Ellie. Yeah.
I cannot confirm or deny.
It's Ellie.
Talk to me about like the journey that you felt in this game. Like, are you proud of yourself as a player? Like, talk to me about how you feel walking away from this.
Yeah, I feel like I played good. I tried to play as loyal as I could, but then like logically when I needed to like get rid of people, like I had to get rid of people and that's what I did. At the end of the day, like it is my own game. But I knew like when I was in that situation, like I was so close with Ellie, like and she like fully believed I was playing like one of the best games herself. So I knew she was gonna vote me because if she would have lost the immunity, I would have voted her out. Like I told her that. So I predicted her to like do the same thing, and she did, which is smart. I still think my jury management was like my biggest flaw. I was too blunt. But other than that, I felt like I played a really good game. I had to rely a lot on like social skills and strategy because I wasn't winning a lot of immunities just because of my lack of experience. So, but I was happy to finally win one in the final 6. But in my first game of Survivor, I won the final 6 immunity. Then I went home like the next week, so I thought that was gonna like play over again. So I was worried about that.
You managed to avoid.
I made it one place up. So
yeah. I have more to say at the end, but first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hand it over to production and let production say anything they'd like to say if they have any comments. So anybody?
I can start. I know during, I forget which immunity, I think like the one, like some commenting one, but you just kept playing like different Eminem songs and I was like, yes. So I just wanted to keep listening to like you, Javen and Lucas, I think. But yeah, I really liked you three. Yeah, I really liked like you three especially. So then I got a little frustrated when like y'all were breaking up, but I think taking a step back, like you got 4th place, and like that's usually a placement that like are pretty good players. So I definitely like don't think you disappointed there. So that's all I'll say.
Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, we were definitely
watching you play was so interesting, Dustin. I think you played very differently than Snake, and so kind of watching you play again was really fascinating to see you navigate the game. You know, I think you played a lot more aggressively this time around, and I think that was like really interesting to watch. You should definitely be proud of yourself. You know, you did get an immunity win, and like you've said, you know, you haven't played as many games as a lot of the people, and so you should definitely be proud of that. And you beat your placement, like you said. You're a really good Survivor player, and don't downplay yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, Javen was giving me like traits that Jack gave me from that game, and Jack was the one that ended up being able to get me out. So that's when I knew like he was having like the same like he was doing like the same things Jack was doing to me. And that's when I knew I had to get him out in that moment because I was like, I can't make that same like mistake twice of being like too trusting, which I felt like it was in my first game.
Daniel cannot talk right now, but he texted me and wanted me to say that Daniel Icon Brown approves. So you got his approval. And anybody else, Dejan, Evan, Bella,
thank you.
You guys want to say anything?
I think Bella wants to say something, but I was rooting for you. You were on my draft, so it was like disappointing to see not you make it to Final Tribal Council, but you played a great game nonetheless.
I was also one of the people who was like kind of rooting for you. I really liked how you're like you're very upfront about everything, which is like something I respect. And it's like for me, it's like not always like the smartest thing for me to do, but like watching like you just like own up to everything you did, like that's just something like I like respect a lot. So I think you should be proud of yourself, which I know 4th place like sucks, like getting really close. Like me and Daniel can probably relate. But
LOL.
no, yeah, I definitely was rooting for you. I think you played a pretty good game.
Yeah, just going off what everyone else said, like I think you played a very strong game. I think like I think like one of your biggest downfalls was like your dream management, but you played a very strong and like upfront game that not a lot of other players did this season. So I think you have a lot to walk away from, and like you should be proud of your game. Like getting so close to the end, like you should still be proud because like you were one vote away from like pleading your case. So you should walk away like with your head
I
held
tried for
high.
that vote. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank
Everyone
you.
go.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, Bella didn't go.
Yeah, I feel like wants to go. I don't know. She's.
Bella?
Hi. Yeah, Dustin, it was very interesting to watch you play. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just going off base of what everyone else said, you know, I like
It's the lying for me.
Yeah, she wasn't really rooting for you, but
Oh, that's fun.
I didn't want to be rude.
I knew, like I knew people didn't. Like,
Why are y'all doing that? Y'all are horrid.
I will say most of the members of production were rooting for you, though. We were Dustin.
okay, well,
period.
yeah, like I get it. Some of y'all didn't like my gameplay. Like, it's a hit or miss. Like, yeah, like it's okay.
And once again, I say really quickly, I really did enjoy you. I thought you brought a lot to the season. I definitely am happy that I reached out to you, and I loved watching you play. I think you played a really strong, aggressive game, and I think had you made Final Tribal Council, you would have had a great argument of why you should have been winner. So definitely good job, Dustin.
Yeah.
For this last part, I want to give
Sorry
you.
to make more confessionals.
Oh, you're good. You didn't understand. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can make them for the pre-film finale though. So if you want to have some specials in the finale,
I'm gonna send some in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
I will. I got you.
Okay. Also, I'm gonna give you this time now to kind of say your final words. So anyone, like, if you want to say anything to anybody watching this after the season, to any players or viewers that are watching this, how about it?
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I played my heart out. Like I said everything up front to most people. Like I feel like everyone in the cast knows where I stand with them. I was very vocal. Yeah, I feel like I did good my second game. I beat my first game's placement, and that's what I came to do. So that's pretty much it.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Dustin. It was great having you. I'm going to change your role on Discord to Ponderosa, so you can see that. I'm going to add you to the chat. You are going to have a say in this game. You get to help decide who wins, and you're going to get to come back for Final Tribal Council, and then there's going to definitely, when I air it, which I think might be like Saturday, we'll see, there will be a reunion. So definitely still some stuff for you to do, but thank you so much. Loved having you. So sad to see you go.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Thank you guys.
Bye, Dustin.
Thanks for hosting. Like, it was so much fun.
Bye, Dustin.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Let me